No, we are.
Are we?
Yep, we are live. Very much live.
Okay, I see it now.
Hello, Satoshi, the first one.
Wait, let me just do a voice test. Voice test. Voice test. Say something, Alex.
Hello, David.
Say something, Alex.
Test. Hello, David. Voice test. Test.
Hello, David. Okay, yeah, that's good. It's not gonna be echoing too much. Satoshi Nakamoto being the first one saying, I hope you feel better. Sending you and your family well wishes and speedy recovery. Well, thank you very much, man. That really did help, to be honest. Yeah, man, I'm gonna say holy moly, right? I'm not trying to curse, alright. So yeah, I mean, definitely I had some of the worst days of my life. I'm not gonna lie, like especially the three of them when I was constantly, and I do mean constantly, out of breath. I couldn't even speak. You know, I even tried doing a video. I was just trying to do a video and then pausing, trying to do it and pausing. I was just pausing continuously because I just, I was talking for like 10 to 15 minutes. For 10 to 15 seconds, and I was, just like I was running on a treadmill or something. I just wasn't getting enough air in, right? And it was really scary, to be honest. At one point, it was really scary. Yeah. So yeah, definitely thought that I'm gonna be ending like those guys in the hospital on the on the vent. And you know how it is with hospital these days, right? They're like pretty much full, right? And it's not like I live in a country where you got access to private hospitals. We don't have that shit here, right? So yeah, I mean, everything is public. So yeah, I mean, it wasn't the best experience either, right? So even though if I had to go in a hospital, I would probably end up in a empty parking place or something like that, because that's where they're placing people right now. I mean, it's not exactly that horrible, but they're placing them in unfinished buildings or unfinished hospital buildings or whatever, right? So it's definitely not a pleasant place to be stuck at, right? But yeah, I mean, that I was the only case in my family. Everybody else, everybody else was doing better than me. Then I'm gonna say it like that. I mean, they still were off for like 14 days because it was the corona came and it went and it came and it went, right? It was same with me. So like first 3 days I was like feeling a normal flu. Then I was a little bit better, and then bam, I got hit again. And then I felt a little bit better in between, and bam, it hit me again by different times, right? But it's definitely funny when you squeeze like a lemon in your mouth and you can't feel shit, right? I mean, you just can't taste it, right? It's you have like this funny sensation on your tongue, but you can't taste it, right? So yeah, it was. It is quite funny, indeed, and definitely, if there's some Corona haters out there, man, this thing is no joke. I can tell you from personal experience, and I am pretty young, and it hit me hard, so it's definitely not a joke. And also, so do please follow the procedures and everything, right? Hey, thanks Alex for all of our work once again. Can we be going through the usual entry point on Bitcoin Cash, USDT, and ADA USDT? You did. Oh yeah, the last time. So there was a reason, the ADA BTC last time contract was looked pretty good, looked very very good, and you can see that's why I kind of did it, right? And you can see already it pumped like hell as well, right? I mean, that's actually moved in the last couple of when did I do this video? I think it was like 4 days ago, 3 days ago. I can't even remember properly now. But yeah, I mean, you can see that it actually moved quite a lot since then. And speaking of which, probably the biggest asked question right now is probably Ethereum being all over the top. And yes, we have talked a lot about Ethereum, right? I mean, we have talked a lot about Ethereum and how Ethereum will outrun BTC eventually, right? But I mean, not outrun in market cap, but outrun at the current pace, right? And the thing is, yes, definitely, Ethereum is at we just pumped over the top, right? So we are at new highs, right? And the thing is, when it comes to that, yes, we have definitely done something amazing in Ethereum, and let's just see this candle is about 50%. But if you look at all the alts that we did videos about, or all the alts that we recently traded, man, all of them move for like 40, 50 plus percent. You even have a couple of 100% in there, right? So now you really are at that stage of at Ethereum where you're better off just trading those alts because those are gonna make bigger moves than Ethereum is gonna make, right? And right now, I mean, since Ethereum did break the ceiling, like I'm not gonna lie, right? Okay, this was our first rejection spot. We rejected nicely, and then we held the area, right? We held the bullish area still, although on Ethereum it came close. It came close. I mean, it technically came close, very close in Bitcoin as well. But you can see we never had a close underneath it, right? So as well is on Bitcoin. We never had. Wait, whoops, that's not the right one. Where is my Bitcoin chart? Okay, so yeah, we never had a bearish close underneath it as well. Although, like Bitcoin, again, it came close. Especially if you look a little bit on the low time frames, you know, it came really close, losing it, and that would be devastating for Bitcoin for sure, right? Even though, again, Bitcoin, as you know, I comment on this one in the channels as well, right? I mean, you gotta be taking short up here after such a big dive down. You gotta be taking short, and Bitcoin in this case gave a lot better reaction that Ethereum did, because Ethereum, I actually got stopped out. I played Ethereum. Ethereum, I didn't play good at all on this drop. I'm not gonna lie, man. Like when it was a pullback. So here of them, I felt. I had one trade waiting here, right? So this one missed me, obviously, right? Wait, let me delete all of these other lines. So I had one trade here on Ethereum. This one missed me, right? So then, okay, I was like, okay, so shit, if this one missed me, I'm gonna remove then the trade, right? So the trade was then coming up, and even though if I haven't removed it, I would still get filled nicely on it, but I would literally get stopped on top. I would literally get stopped here. I'm not even joking, right? And then it crashed down again, and then I had another trade, which in this case didn't get filled here, right? I had another trade up here, which didn't get filled here. You know, and then I removed that one as well because this one went so deep and didn't fill me, and then dropped down, and then this one came, that one would have filled me, and I would got like one profit take, and that's it, right? So yeah, definitely wasn't, definitely I didn't play what it meant. So Ethereum, I didn't play good at all. I actually pretty much screwed the shorts on it, right? But there's one thing I did do good, and that's the Bitcoin short, right? That one I definitely nailed it with this one right here. So even though I didn't make any money on Ethereum, I definitely made a little bit on Bitcoin, but you know, I was hoping, and essentially there's gonna be a bigger reaction, right? I was at least hoping that we're gonna be banging it down here after that, right? And it didn't happen really fully, right? So I only got filled on this profit take right now, and I'm probably close to being stopped out as we're speaking because I moved already my stop loss, right? So yeah, so it's not gonna be some insane profits after all, you know, but it was a good good kind of trade, kind of hedge position, you know, a little bit, because I was you know, in a lot of alt trades, so I was kind of desperate to jump into one of those alts, I mean one of these counter trades, right, just to sort of hedge myself, so if the, you know, market does fall out fast, you know, I'm not actually caught with my pants down and, you know, being fucked overly. I mean, shit, shouldn't be saying that word, but yeah, that's essentially what I'm talking about. Yeah, so right now for Ethereum, I mean, we are officially over all-time high, right? We're officially right now over all-time high, and now this gets really interesting, right? I mean, we didn't even retest, and this is what you were asking me in the past, right? I mean, in one of the comments, I saw that, Classic David, yes, $750 would have been a perfect retest, right? I'm gonna say not from 750, but actually from 750 down to 600. That would actually be a pretty perfect test. Actually, around here, yeah, that area would be a pretty perfect test when it comes to it. Wait, let me just check a little bit on the lower time frames, because I can. Okay, yeah, it's around here. Yeah. That would be a pretty perfect test, right? Definitely an area I was looking for to be retested, so that's why I thought a deep on Bitcoin and Ethereum is going to be a little bit deeper, right? But then again, if you look at it, we even held a smaller swing points, right? And if you go all the way down to hourly to really see them on Ethereum, and same thing happened on Bitcoin. So, you know, I'm pretty surprised, because we managed to hold all the way up here. We managed to hold the most bullish bounces. So we managed to hold the most bullish areas at the moment, right? So we didn't even retest 750. And you know, this is one of the areas on Ethereum that even though you go now to, like, I don't know, you can even go now to 2000, right? You're most definitely gonna be retesting it. Again, you're most definitely gonna be seeing Ethereum in almost here. Like, I'm almost 90+% sure you're gonna be seeing Ethereum in this area in the future, right? So it means, like, even though if Ethereum now goes, I don't know, to 2000, I mean, off the bat, the realistic standoff points would be 2000 or even 2.8k, right? But even if it goes all the way up there, it's most likely gonna return back down here as always, you know. And it is one of the points. I'm gonna be just stacking my orders at this moment that this happened. I'm just gonna stack a couple of orders on my cold wallet and just leave it there, you know, and just gonna wait for it. It's when it's gonna get hit, and it's gonna get hit eventually. So yes, so that it is how it is, right? I'm still gonna be waiting for this shit to get hit. Same goes for Bitcoin, right? I already stacked my orders. Wait, I already stacked my orders. Wait, let me see. So I already got orders going free here from 10k to 13k. I got orders on 20k, and I got some on 24k. So I'm still, you know, even though these orders right now, we are still very far from it, right? Excuse me, we are still very far from them. I'm just gonna leave them, right? Because essentially this is the money I'm not really using for anything else. It's just cold wallet money, right? So I just stack those orders again and just leaving them there, because eventually in the future they're gonna be hit, and I'm gonna be using them then to, you know, kind of solidify my position back into Bitcoin, or in that case Ethereum, right? So it's always good to have some of those waiting in line, because we always, as a trader, you always should have some, how we call it, dead money, right? It's just money sitting there when, you know, the trigger pulling happens, you got some trigger pulling money, right? Because you all have seen, right? Sometimes, especially if you trade longer time frames, I'm talking weeklies plus, right? Because obviously we're trading hourly time frames, we're trading 4-hour time frames, dailies, and then we're also trading weeklies, right? So weekly time frames, you also gotta be prepared to hold them for a couple of weeks. Sorry, not a couple of weeks, a couple of months or a year plus, right? Which is something we did at Bitcoin. And the thing is, right, when you have that sort of money, you always gotta have that extra. So let's just say if you, I don't know, if your account of high time frame account is consisted of $10,000, right? You just stack 7k of them, and if it does that extra special move, like I'm saying, if it dips all the way down to your last level, the last level of defense, where you're really like bullish about it, I mean, where really like this is the massive buy area, you just smash that market, right? But that's really a rare occasion. It really is a rare occasion, right? Just for retrospect, in the previous fall off, yes, I bought most of my Bitcoins, right? Most of my Bitcoins were bought here. And the thing is, I mean, that was obviously a pretty good level, right? But where that last level where I would go in with my happy trigger money, I'm saying, right, really happy trigger money, was down here at this one, right? And you can remember this, I mentioned this area many times, that was never tested from the left side, right? So yeah, that was really left untested, and I was really happening. If it went down to like 2k or something Bitcoin, if it wicked down, that there is where I would absolutely smash it with that trigger money, right? So would really then stack on those Bitcoins and, you know, just ship them to the cold wallet and actually wait for big time frames to play out, right? So it's the same reason now coming here, right? If you start closing under 10k, like the last level I would be looking at to get all my Bitcoins would be again at 7 to 6k. And if you ever weak down here, that is one of those positions where I'm going to be triggering it heavy, right? You really have to heavily trigger it. And this is most likely, this area will end up as the same big profit point as, you know, the CERN at the 3k one, right? So what you did in 2 weeks, you immediately gained over back, like, I don't know, like 40%, right? So those are usually the big areas where you got really big amounts of profits, right? So yeah, okay, so going back, Bitcoin Cash, yes, Bitcoin Cash on USDT. Let me see what we're looking at here. Okay, so due to Corona, I wasn't following all the markets closely either. You know, I was really, I was just sleeping most of the day, honestly speaking. So I didn't take some of the trades. I didn't take some of the continuations. So now I need a little time to see. We're probably a little bit far behind now. Okay, so what we did. Okay, let me see. So we went. Wait, I'm actually gonna go on the other chart because this one is not useful anymore. Which one is the best one for Bitcoin Cash? I mean, did we do Bitcoin Cash on something else? I don't think we did it here. Did we do it on Hobby? I mean, this looks like a good chart, but then it looks like, yeah, okay, this looks like a good chart. Okay, so we broke. Okay, let me see. Okay, so we held this area and we deemed it as continuation. That was perfect retest. Yep. Okay, now the second area. Okay, now we're heading towards the main area. Okay, and we tested it once. So now I can go down to low time frames and actually find an entry for this. Okay, so the perfect entry was already tested, right? The perfect entry was already tested. So now I would say the secondary right now, you gotta be aggressive about it because you really don't want to be going back down again. And you certainly, most certainly do not want to go down under here anymore. What you need to be doing right now, since you already tested this one, what you should be doing right now, testing it, going back, holding the main area right now, retesting it as you already did here, right? I mean, it didn't entirely close the gap, but you already did, so that would be kind of your short. It's the same thing as we did on Bitcoin, but this one would have probably not filled you, right? And now you went down and you retested the previous low that you have created here, held it, and now the logic is you need to go higher, right? So this move right now has to go and has to break it, right? Or in this case, you know, just a little bit maybe stopping, testing it under theirs, and then really moving over. So you wouldn't want to go anything lower than this. So far right now, if you're gonna be, because you're stopping here, if you're gonna test this right before going higher, I would use this entry. And now it's getting really messy on the chart. Let me just delete everything. Jesus. Okay, yep, here we go. So now you really want to be testing either this, holding this and continue higher, or you wait for it to get into this area. Hopefully it doesn't break the top, and then you're going to take it really aggressively on this bottom one, testing it here, and then hoping for a move up. So that's only your two options that you're currently getting. And you know, the stop loss, as I said, you don't have to be putting it all the way to the bottom here because you don't want to go there to begin with. So you can probably put it underneath the wing already. So you can see in this case you gain like 6% or something, right? It's not too bad. So you shouldn't be going there. So there, I mean, you're probably gonna ding there only if something bad happens. Bitcoin, Ethereum, I don't see this ding in there just on itself as a chart wise. And you can really see there's a big difference if you do it like here 6% or you do it 8%. So it's like a 2% difference. But this is overall your safe stop loss, and this is overall a little bit more dangerous. But in retrospect, you shouldn't be going underneath this, right? You shouldn't be going underneath this to begin with. And you should be okay if it does that, if it holds like this, the level of area, right? The level of interest in this case, I'm gonna say, right? So yeah, that would be one for the Bitcoin Cash. Now ADL, let me see. So probably again not gonna use Binance. I can't pretty much use Binance anymore for Cardano either. Yep. So I guess I'm gonna be using for that one. I guess first offer is Kraken. Okay, Kraken is even worse than Binance. Okay, so where is Hobie? They seem to have good charts. Wait, it's the same shit. Oh, okay, so they got listed on the same thing, huh? Bittrex? Oh, okay, that's different. Oh, so I did do shit. Oh, wait, did I do video on Bittrex? Huh. Interesting. So I did use Bittrex before. Okay, so this makes a little bit more sense. Okay, so right now we have tested this, and if I'm not mistaken, probably one of our profit takes for this trade, which I do not remember now, is probably going to be on a weekly basis on the left side of this chart. Oh yeah, maybe it's not on weekly basis. It's a lot of noise on weekly. Oh my gosh, so much dragon. Okay, yeah. So I'm seeing one here. That is definitely one profit taker should be taken. Now, if I go all the way up to this, bam. I'm going to say now, going to again go lower time frame and kind of see what's going on here. Closer look. Okay, so in this case, we already tested the bullish continuation and we made the new high. We tested again, bullish continuation, we made a new high, held the bottom again. Yeah, no, here, okay, so yeah, okay, so I see it, right? So this is again gonna be one of those low time frame trades, right? This is again gonna be one of those. So definitely, like right now, what you gotta be waiting for this to break. Gotta be waiting this for the break, right? So this is not the break, because it's the same thing as I was speaking before. So again, you're gonna be waiting this to break and then pulling it back on the retest. So again, quite aggressive entry. So if you close your full Cardano trades, it's definitely gonna be a little bit more, you gotta be a little bit more aggressive with it because we have missed some of the good points on it again, right? In this case, again, I'm not gonna be putting the stop loss underneath the whole low, but I can be, but again, it's not that big of a difference. If you look at it here, it's like 4.3% and here is 4.8%. So it's not the biggest difference. It definitely still makes difference when it comes to R, but you can be putting it at 4.3%. And then yes, like I said, if this breaks, you should definitely be targeting up here. That should be the first one. So it should be testing at about 50 cents. And if not mistaken, that should be, again, let me check on weekly again. Yes, that should pretty much be a weekly target there. If it breaks this, you're definitely testing it up there, and you know that would be your kind of your weekly target to begin with. So yeah, that's what I would pretty much play it. You gotta be really aggressive, because you know we've tested all of these levels. We tested every level of interest that we had, even this one, right? This one was a pretty good trade. So yeah, everything else was tested right now. So you gotta be aggressive, or you know, if this does indeed fail, let's just say if it does fail a little bit, right, then we will be looking for a trade somewhere in this area again, right? We will be looking for a trade, but I first want to see how it's gonna fail, right? That's why I'm first waiting for a break, and then I'm retaking the trade, and then if it doesn't do, if it just fails right now, so then we're gonna be looking for another trade down here, which I have to see a little bit of a price action before I move into that one. Okay, Francisco, she said, hello, I have a question. Why don't you use Binance charts? Well, I would, man. Like, I normally always use Binance charts, but look, right, let's go on weekly. There's nothing to the left side, you see? Binance chart, it's empty. While if you go on right now on Bittrex, you can see Binance came in a little bit late in crypto due at the 2017, so their charts are not, you know, as long as Bitrex's are. So right now, where you're finally pumping and regaining some of the highs from like early season of 2017 or 2018, right, you start to miss a lot of information on Binance, right? So you have to kind of go there and look for other charts, and thus, you know, a lot of lines are then saved on some charts that I don't know that I did back in the past. You know, happens all the time. So yeah. So that would pretty much be it for Bitcoin Cash and Cardano, right? So hey, I'm sorry to hear that, but you definitely sound better. Well, yeah, I really hope I do. So they said, apparently, I mean, I'm being showered from Google about those articles right now, you know, that apparently my lungs are no worse than chain smoker lungs. So great, I never smoked in my life, and now my lungs are apparently doing worse than chain smokers' ones, right? So that's definitely not good to hear, right? And how about your beloved ETH? Will it break? Well, yeah, they already did, right? All-time high. Or Jack, it's a dream to catch a pullback like to 750, but most likely won't. Like we already talked about it. Right now, you don't want it to happen. Right now, if 750 happens, you're gonna lose the bullishness. You're gonna lose a lot of bullishness, right? So I mean, I know it was definitely a good test point, and I was definitely hoping that it's going to be hitting there, right? Of course, I'm not 100% right, but I was definitely hoping it's going to be hitting there. But unfortunately, it only held this low time frame swings, which it had to help the most bullish area to go on. And now when you have a structure like this, trust me, man, you do not want to do something like this now and go all the way down here, because that's going to lose it a lot of bullishness, especially on a structure like this. And then because I would then have to start shorting it heavily when it goes back to the top, right? So yeah, definitely right now you don't want to be seeing 750 on Ethereum, but you will be seeing 750 when it finally flips over, and then, you know, slowly goes down as it usually does, you know, crypto, right? I mean, slowly goes down. Sometimes it goes down pretty fast. And in my retrospect of how we are pumping right now, I mean, if you look at his weeklies, you can see it. If you look at his weeklies, look at his candles, right? I mean, boy, those candles are not excluded, my friend. Those candles are not excluded. Now you see why I keep these buys lined up. If a candle like this happens, look at that candle, man. That candle was like 54%. And trust me, it can happen, because right now you got people are so heavily into longs that right now if you get like a good liquidation cascade, man, you can drop easily 50%, easily, especially in crypto, because it's such a low liquidity to begin with. And you think people would have learned their lesson, you know, seeing all of this, but people are still risking like half of their portfolio all in long Bitcoin, all in long Ethereum, whatever, right? So when this shit happens, it's gonna happen good, and you know, probably a couple of billions are gonna be liquidated. Yeah. So yeah, right now you're just playing continuation on Ethereum, right? I mean, we still haven't sold all of our Ethereum. We definitely took profits, but never sold everything, because we never lost a bullish area. So yeah, I mean, now we're just waiting. Now we are literally don't know where it's gonna stop, right? I'm gonna do some videos about some prediction on FIBs, right? But right now it doesn't make really sense, because I want to see kind of form a little bit, and I'll have to do analysis on a 1 hour as well, because you know, because the candles are so big. So it's gonna take some time. I'm not gonna do it on stream because it can take like up to 10 minutes. But yeah, I'm gonna do some projections to see where we can actually end up with it. Okay, so do you think Bitcoin Cash can swap BTC in future? Oh shit, man, that is a really that is a really tough question, David. I mean, come on. I don't think it can happen. Like I'm gonna say honest opinion. I don't think that can happen. Like I know Bitcoin at the end of the day is not like, it doesn't have the biggest like use case because of the fees and everything, but just think about it, right? I mean, Bitcoin is on every news out there, every news outlet, every paper, every web page, everything that has news related is always writing about either writing about Bitcoin or Ethereum, but mostly about Bitcoin. But almost everybody knows Bitcoin. Like, even though if you turn on TV, I'm pretty sure, and you scroll through the channels, you will find Bitcoin somewhere, right? That's not gonna happen with Bitcoin Cash, and that's not gonna happen even with Ethereum, even though Ethereum is also that big, right? So right now, I mean, if I had to speak who had bigger chances of overtaking Bitcoin, it's definitely Ethereum, because Ethereum is the second most known cryptocurrency, right? But again, even if you look at the news and everything, Bitcoin is still far the biggest king, and everybody always talks about Bitcoin. You know, you gotta also look at people who are older, right? Let's just say older generation, 40s or 50s people, right? They don't know what Ethereum is, they don't know what Bitcoin Cash is, but I'm sure the hell know what Bitcoin is, because I like, even if I go outside, and I didn't go outside during Corona, don't worry about that. If I go outside, I always had questions. Oh, what about Bitcoin? You know, and there was some old ladies were asking me, and in the banks, when I went to my local bank, I was always asked about Bitcoin, and always asked about XRP. That's fair. They always asked them about XRP as well. So yeah, Bitcoin is probably Bitcoin Cash is probably not gonna overtake Bitcoin. I mean, I just don't see it at this point. Can you take a look at BNB? Yeah, sure. Let's check BNB. I mean, that's definitely a coin I should be checking. Yep, already made a move. Goddamn. A lot of the markets made a move, especially during this. And again, man, held a good area, made a move, right? And it didn't even close. Even if you look at it, it didn't even close one bit underneath the swing point. And again, now if you want to hold this position, actually, this is actually not bad. This is actually not bad, because you could be seeing a good trade right here, right now. So yeah, we could be speaking about a trade right now. So I would be seeing here. We have to, if let's just say, you could take the most bullish continuation on this trend right now for BNB, right? So you would be taking it here with the long position right here. That's actually a pretty good suggestion right about now, Silva. So yeah, okay, about 3 to 8, like we can say 3 to 6, 3.6% stop loss. Wait, let me check again. Just a little bit above higher, aren't we? Yeah, we are. So yeah, on daily, that's a perfect position right now for you to continue trading. But wait, let me just stretch that stop loss a little bit, because that does on daily, that looks like trash. Yeah, so let's make it like 4 to 5%. That's better. That's better. Yeah. And right now, wait, a little bit. Let me fix it a little bit. It's too low time frame-ish. Should be like this. Yep. Okay, and then you know, definitely aiming for the top. You gotta be taking your first profit take up here, bro. You gotta be taking, and already you're getting 10%, 2R. Definitely good. I might actually take this one, to be honest. It's a nice squeaky. That one is probably gonna be completed in like a day or two. So yeah, I mean, that definitely nice trade, nice suggestion. So yeah, I mean, then what you do after that, right? After we take that profit take, then you just follow it with the stop loss. I wouldn't even try to bother with, you know, I wouldn't even try to bother with the profit takes beyond that. Beyond that, so we can then do. Okay, yeah. So now you fill position. Okay, so it can maybe even go to down here. Okay, I'm seeing like that. And then the next one would probably be located at $53. Just a pretty good one. 23%. Yeah, that's pretty good. You can maybe weak down a little bit down here, but I don't think that's gonna make entire sense price action wise. So maybe yeah, I mean, okay, so definitely I'm gonna keep my stop loss on the net, because if it can weak all the way down there, then it makes sense that to me for me to keep the stop loss underneath the invalidation point. But definitely, you know, it can. It's from the price action standpoint, right, without indicators such as FIBs and everything, because you know sometimes you gotta use an indicator to actually see where the profit take is gonna be. Definitely makes sense to hold this, right, because this is the area to hold for you to continue. So I don't see going all the way down here. It would be actually kind of dangerous, right? So I'm not gonna even try to go for that low, to be honest. Can you look at JFI? Sorry, YFI. Jesus, I already mispronounced that shit. Okay, YFI, okay, definitely a very interesting one. So we had a short on it. I still remember that short. We played that short and long pretty good on it. And then it gained over our area. Oh shit. Okay, so right now again I'm seeing a trade on it. Ah man, everything is so bullish. Like shit. Again, it's another one of those. Yeah. Sorry, my cat just came in. So it's another one of those. Where you gotta really play bullish, you know, like again, you don't want to be closing underneath there. You don't want to be closing underneath there, but everything is so bullish. So again, before we go on, don't take all of these trades. Like do not do it. Like this is too many bullish trades again, right? Take like 1 or 2 max. Like don't risk everything at these spots, because this is absolutely crazy. Every spot that we are talking about is about to be filled, right? So that could end really bad if this if something happens to Ethereum, right? If Bitcoin. So yeah, right now again and again, we're gonna be TPing the top, and this time around, maybe this trade is actually a little bit better. No, but it's not better, because Bitcoin, BNB, we have a good continuation of the trend. This one hasn't broken out yet. So this one is actually pretty dangerous, to be honest. This one is a lot more dangerous than BNB. You know, BNB, I have a lot more clearer conscience that it's gonna continue than this one. This one, we actually rejected the top. Rejected the top, and we went quite deep, and if I'm not looking, we lost something to the left, so we definitely went a little bit too deep. Yep, even though if I zoom in a little bit here, you definitely closed a couple of candles underneath it. So this trade can even fail. I'm not so confident in this one, to be honest. I'm not so confident in this one. I would most likely rather chase this trade because of the candle closes underneath here. I would most likely like to. I'm gonna do the line here and actually see. I think this one is gonna be the one. It's gonna be playing out on this coin. But then I'm not gonna be aiming at exactly bullish continuation, because then I have to overgain this mid. So even though if I do target for this trade here, I'm gonna be seeing like a 6.5%, and I have to be taking profit take here. So again, it is about 12%, so it's still manageable. So I'm gonna say this is probably the one to go at, and this one is the super, you know, dangerous version. So I'm gonna do a line all the way to the top. But you know, I'm sure that then we have to regain over the first profit take, and then we will retest the top, and then it even turns to a good trade. But it's nothing special otherwise, because you know it's under 2R or on 2R, right? So it's not that good to begin with, but not so confident as BNB, because, you know, like I said, BNB is super easy. You know, you're just playing the continuation of trend, and that's exactly what you should be doing on a chart like that. But when it comes to this one, it's a little bit different, right? Okay, what do we... Engine. I'm not sure. Didn't we do like a 2 trades on Engine? Again, we did a video on it. I do think there were like 2 trades on Engine. Okay, so Engine, I have no idea. Why the hell? Like, Engine is one of those, like, I did video on it, let's just explode it for no apparent reason. Just 160%. Like, I'm thinking they probably brought us some news, because I mean that's a pretty big explosion, right? And this is what I'm talking about. This is why it pays off more to trade these salts. Look at this, 160% in like 2-3 days, right? I mean, okay, maybe a week. Yeah, maybe a week. But, you know, this alts, they bring in a lot more money than Ethereum right now, because Ethereum takes a long while for it to double. While you have these alts, especially some of these alts on you know, Uniswap or anything, like they are doubling on daily basis. It's absolutely crazy, man. It's absolutely crazy. So again, if I'm looking at this one, well, I most likely would have to gone with the most bullish entry that I have right now here. But, like, you know, this is going to look like trash going to 1 hour right now. This is going to look like, yeah, exactly what this doesn't look like good at all. So for me right now, I mean, you do an entry here or I'm staying out of it, because it's just pumped too bullishly. Like, I mean, I would be looking for a reaction here, but this is not a trade that I would be willing to just set in right now and leave it on. I would be waiting for to go here, then I would have to go on like a 15-minute or 5-minute time frame, something like sideways and something like you've seen, a similar structure to BNB, breaking out, taking it back, boom, and then sailing it off. I would not be selling it, but this one I would preset. This one I would knife catch, that one up there, sure to hell not, because you're gonna be losing it too many times, right? So out of 10 times you're gonna be losing it probably more than 5 times if you just set it like that, because it's such a position where yes, some of the people will definitely stake liquidity at it, but I definitely do not feel safe just setting it up front without, you know, any price action seen following any price action. And the worst case scenario is it's most likely gonna happen at 4 a.m. in the morning, because, you know, I for some reason just everything seems to be happening lately at like 4 to 6 a.m. in the morning, just, you know, during Asia time frames, right? And it's just annoying, because if it happens during the night, then obviously you're gonna miss it. But, you know, even if it hits this at like 4 a.m. in the morning and you come at your PC at like 7 or 8, you know, you're still gonna be having that secondary opportunity to probably open, and you're gonna be able to take it and go with it, right? So yeah, again, the stop loss is going to be underneath this 9%, and this one is pretty much going to be good. I would be then taking a profit take. Like, actually, let me check a little bit. Are we over the top? Oh yeah, we are over the top. So the first profit take. Well, I got no other choices but then to take the first profit take at the stop swing of this little structure 1 hour that is barely visible. First profit take, and then the last one. Sorry, the last one, not the last one. The secondary, then one up there. But even though in this case that would be probably my last profit take, because, you know, after a pump like this and such a big retracement, you're most likely not going to go higher than that, because that is a fall off of 40%. So yeah, so it's gonna take a little bit of a structure for you to push that high and go over the top again, especially after, you know, it's pumps like this, they do take consequences, right, to begin with. Okay, so that would be it for engine. Hello, I have a question. Why don't you... Oh, yeah, sorry. I already talked about it. Yeah. Thank you for explaining. I really appreciate it. Yeah, no problem, man. It's just Binance, you know, Binance, you can really see that they started listing a lot in 2018. And right now, 2018 was the period when the biggest drops already happened, right? So, you know, Bittrex was the one before 2008. So Bittrex, when I came to crypto in like, what was that, well, when I really started like lively trading crypto, it was like 2014, 2015. Bittrex, I think Bittrex was already live there. Bittrex was the king. I mean, actually, it wasn't. Bittrex wasn't the king back then. Bittrex became the king like late 2016, early 2017, something like this, right? And then Bittrex was told the king for like 1 year. Everybody respected Bittrex, and then KuCoin and Binance came, but KuCoin at the beginning they really seemed to be taking off, but then they just got overrun by Binance a lot, right? And Binance is still, we can all agree, probably the king of today, right? But, you know, compared to Bittrex, Binance is adding this shit. I mean, they're like, you know, look at that, Launchpad, mining programs, fixed. You can know, like, you can actually go and you can actually stake your USDT or USDC, I'm not sure. You can actually go and you stake your USDC and receive 7% a year. I mean, that's insane, man. 7% per year, like, there's no way that you're gonna get that from a bank, right? So yeah, unless, I mean, at least from where I am, the banks do not give you that kind of percentages per year on your money, right? So yeah, so I mean, it's pretty good, but they have multiple offerings, and, you know, they are always expanding. So I definitely think Binance, there's a reason why Binance is still one of the, or should I say, it is still number one, right? So that's why I usually like to check their charts, but if there's no history, I have to bounce on something else, right? Let's take a look at one of your favorites, Tomo. Tomo is one of my favorites. I mean, yes, I did participate in their ICO, and it did make me a lot of, oh my god. See, this is, like, I'm not gonna lie, this is, I participated in their ICO, and I followed them a lot through the year, right? But I'm like sad being for not filling bigger positions down here, because Tomo is one of those coins that, you know, you might think this is the first one on Tomo, but Tomo did that before it went on Binance and everything. Like Tomo was before on KuCoin, and it was before on ETH. So wait, even before that, I think it was Ether Delta. So yeah, I mean, KuCoin is definitely has bigger feature history. Yeah, but even they even have huger history. That's like all the way back to 2017 or 2018, right? So Tomo always did these big comebacks, and yes, I'm actually sad that I didn't fill bigger positions down there, because Tomo is just one of those coins you can always count that they're gonna do a pump. And they've been here for so long, and they're actually a pretty amazing project, right? They're actually one of the first one, and you can see their chart really respects the PA as well, right? So it is pretty nice. Although this last bomb is just crazy, man. I mean, this last bomb without any rejections. Oh wait, they had a little bit of rejection here for 20%. Definitely, it's pretty crazy how they pumped 140%. So yeah, I still would say definitely one of my favorite ICOs that I ever participated, for sure. So right now, shit, again, same issues, right? Tested again. You gotta be super bullish, fuck's sake, right? I mean, definitely not something I would be accustomed to. And since we already did everything so bullish, I'm not gonna do this one so bullish. I'm gonna say this is the entry point now. Like, no way, I'm not chasing every coin, man. It's just not healthy. It's just not healthy. We're gonna pay good prices for this shit, right? I mean, can't chase every one of them, right? So yeah, it's gonna be about here with the stop loss. I don't wanna put it down there though. Yeah, right here. But shit, no, this can still be tested, because we already reclaimed 3 tops, so this is no refreshed level. A little bit underneath this then. Let me see. Yeah, I'm gonna put it just a little bit under area, so thus you're gonna be having about a 7% stop loss. So that's gonna be it, and then of course you already know the drill, right? I mean, we're gonna be TPing. Wait, actually this time around we're not gonna go straight to the top. Let me again check the left side. Okay, yeah, this is the TP. This is a TP. So the first one 50%, 2R, pretty good. And then the secondary one, I'm gonna be aiming then for a bullish continuation all the way to the top. Boom, let's go. And the last one, you simply follow it with stops, you know. So yeah, I mean, still, yeah, it is amazing coin. And if you know, in the next bear market, when everything shits the bed, do remember me to play this one again, and to focus a little bit more and actually fill bigger backs on it, to be honest. Fill bigger backs. I want to hold more of this shit and not just trade it, obviously, right? But I want to hold more for it, for the pumps like this in the future, right? Maybe in 2022 or 2023 or something like that, right? Who knows when this shit happens, right? What type of movement do you think BTC will make in the next weeks? Well, BTC actually looks a little bit weaker right now than Ethereum, but like I said, it never dropped any bullish areas, right? So you still have a good chance. Wait, actually, let me check Ethereum BTC, right? Look at that, man. Look at that. That perfectly played out, Arnold. Look at that, man. And like we said, we made this projection. Like, this projection was made already here, man. And now you see these areas don't lie. These areas are like, they are forever there. And you can see, like, we made this in November. So we said if it goes up here, we're bullishly filling it down here. And then of course everything crashed. And then you finally came above it, and look at this, right? I mean, it just bam, touched it, bam, go, right? So it is like this, right? So these areas are definitely, you know, they're timeless when it comes to it. And you can really see, you know, it just touched it, go, and now it's most likely going to finally break what should have been. Wait, let me see. Finally, okay, so this is definitely right now. Again, you gotta be taking TP, man. You gotta be taking TP here. This is gonna be dangerous. Even though this has been now tested like this is gonna be like 4 tests right now. You gotta be taking it, right? Because you need to remember that you went deep, right? You went pretty much deep from this top. So you could say this level refreshed itself again, right? So you got to be taking the profit's sake here. But you know, after this area, man, come and get me, right? I mean, Ethereum definitely has good chances of going high. Like I said, above $2,000. Like if you ding it up here, which in this case, let's just say from retrospect, we're currently right here, right? 40%. We can still do 40% on Ethereum, and 40%. So like I said, beyond 2000, it's definitely not an imaginary, or should I say unbelievable shot, or everything. If you're aiming above 2000, you're not greedy. That's what I'm basically trying to say, even though some people might call me that. But yes, it's not unbelievable profit take. It can definitely happen, especially in a chart like this. And now we close back in right juicily right here, and then we held this bottom right now, right? So I mean, it definitely can go test the middle, and that's going to be a pretty strong point to break. But if it does break, you know, it's going to be even higher. But for now, I would say up there. And obviously, right now, don't get me wrong, Bitcoin can go down for like, if Bitcoin goes down for like 10, 20 grand, right? So obviously then the Ethereum not going to go above 2000 if that happens, because it's going to get tracked with it. But that doesn't mean Ethereum BTC ratio is going to suffer. Just based off Ethereum BTC ratio, and if they both stay where they are currently, then Ethereum can definitely go above $2,000, right? But I still think, judging that, right, I still think you've got possibilities to outrun other things, right? I still do think you have possibilities to outrun it with simple, you know, altcoins or anything like that, right? So yeah, BTC, also, let's go. If we're already talking about BTC, let's check Bitcoin dominance, man. Okay, that's a straight banger, man. That's a straight banger. Okay. So, wait, what was my... Okay, shit, I deleted my first Bitcoin... BTC... My first BTC dominance shot was pretty much on point, and then the secondary came out, and like, look at that, the secondary is playing out. So, BTC dominance short is coming to our area, so we can probably expect a reaction here. But now I'm hoping that because it went so deep right now from this point, because this was sort of the area you had to hold for you to be bullish, and you know, I was hoping that it's just going to do a small reaction here, fail the top, and that's exactly what it did, 5%, right? Now, dipping all the way down here, I'm really hoping that this is gonna kind of break its bullishness, right? Because you kind of technically are going a little bit under the mid. Not a lot, but you're going a little bit underneath the mid, right? So if you manage to just do a little bit of a reaction here again and go underneath these blue lines. If you go underneath these blue lines, then we're gonna have a pretty good alt run. Even though we already have a pretty good alt run, it's gonna get even better, right? And then if that sort of happens, you're gonna be meeting it at 58%, you know, ratio, or even 55. So that would be pretty good. Yeah, pretty good alt run to begin with. So yeah, I mean, so far, you know, Bitcoin dominance, after we picked up the chart a little bit, it's again following our chart pretty nicely, yeah. So giving out a good indication where the alts are gonna go, right? And so far it's looking like they're gonna go to the skies, even though they already have been. But I mostly mean BTC BTC contracts alts, right? Because you know, most of them we just traded Bitcoin USDT, but now look at this extra, like maybe not XRP is maybe not the best example, but charts like this, right? Bitcoin dominance charts. Sorry, Bitcoin contract charts. So yeah, how much would you take profits in Ethereum? How much would you speculate for retracement? I play with trailing stop loss, let's say 5% under the actual high price. Is this a good? Okay, so I never use tracing stop losses. Never ever, man, never. And there's a good reason to it, because you cannot say how much, like, I cannot say right now, go here and say, okay, yeah, we're gonna retrace 27%. That's not how it works. You gotta be playing the structures, right? And so far, if I held, let's just say a large position of Ethereum, a pretty much safe stop loss at this point would have been located somewhere around here. That's a pretty much safe stop loss, or even safer one. And this one is like dead on safe underneath here. And my logic is, if the Ethereum goes underneath here, it's gonna flip over and being bearish. If that happens, you know, I'm most likely gonna short it and retrace, and then, you know, chase the target a little bit lower. And yes, you're definitely, if you use this sort of tactic, you will never hit the tops. And I'm definitely not even aiming at hitting tops, right? I'm just aiming at making profit safely, right? And yes, using this sort of tactics would have protected you all the way from up here. So let's just say if you tracked your stop loss, if you filled on your Ethereum all the way down to $80, right? And if you tracked your stop loss like this, the way I just shown you, you'll see that you would have never been stopped, right? You would have never been stopped all this move out. But if you used tracking stop loss, right, the one you just said of like 5%, look at this, you would come up here, a drop of 15%, you would literally get stopped on the middle right here, bam, and then a whole $700 move is happening without you, right? And that's the same thing, right? If you used a tracking stop loss like the one you just said, right? Boom, right? You get a drop of 30%, you're out of the trade. Although you haven't lost anything bullish, you're out of the trade, and you know the trend is just the trade is just continuing without you, right? Yeah, so trailing stop losses are definitely not something I consider in my books being a good idea to begin with. Either you use the stop loss the proper way, you know, you use them underneath the points that actually reject or like invalidate a trend or something, or you don't use them at all. And that's a bad idea to not use them at all, to be honest, but do use stop losses. I do recommend stop losses, but if you're just gonna trail your stop loss by 5% difference, you're gonna get stopped out, and nothing is gonna happen in chart. You're gonna get stopped out. And yes, it does seem to be kind of scary, you know. Don't like, it does take some time to get used to, especially if you know, say, what, wow, we are at 1.4k and our stop loss is like, I don't know, 1.1k, right? That's a $300 difference. Holy shit, right? Yeah, but also, you know, you bought it, if you bought the coins, you bought them all the way down here at 200, 300, you know. So you still made, even though it's a $300 drop, you still made a lot of money, and you're actually certain that there's going to be a validation point, and you're actually know that you need to be looking for some shorts, and you get some shorts in and you make money in them as well. That's exactly, because who says Ethereum cannot retrace from 1.4k? Who says that it can retrace down to like $200? And you do the same thing over again, right? So even though you're short, you would normally close at $700 because you think that's going to be the biggest retrace, and we're going to bullishly continue it, and then bullish continuation fails and goes all the way down to $200, you basically have zero trade for the next $500 move, right? So yeah, same thing. Do not use the stop loss. It's just, there's a lot better options out there, man. A lot better options. XLM Ethereum. Okay, so I actually never chart Ethereum. I actually never chart Ethereum pairs because I do not think they have great volume. I should say volume liquidity, and I mean, this is looking like, it's looking pretty much the same. Why is this so dead? Wait, let me check. Excellent BTC is not doing that bad, is it? Excellent BTC is doing a little bit better. I feel like I did the video on Stellar as well. Oh yeah, that was... Oh, look at that reaction, man. God damn. Okay, XLM Ethereum. Huh. Well, XLM Ethereum, I'm gonna be aiming it right here, man. That's the only thing I see right now, because we already tested this middle. We reacted from it, so now I'm gonna say, well, I'm gonna have to assume it's not gonna hold again, so I'm gonna have to be taking it here. But I absolutely hate taking a trade like this, because you will see for a reason right now, our stop is gonna be massive. And yes, as you can see, a 24% stop loss. Definitely not something, but speaking of which, well, even though it's 20% stop loss, the profit takes are not nearly as bad, right? The profit takes are pretty good. Or something you should be aiming at. Wait, this is the one I want to be aiming at as well. Yeah, so the profit takes are not nearly as bad. It's like 40%, something like this, right? But yeah, your stop loss is 24%. So yeah, it's not too good, but it's not too bad at the same time, right? Hey Alex, do you have anything to say about ZIL now? Okay, wait, most likely did something about ZIL as well. Let me see. ZIL. Did I not? Okay, I probably didn't use this chart. Now, if I could remember which chart did I use. I didn't use Huawei, even though it looks great. Did I use Focus? Nope. Jesus. I didn't use. I'm pretty sure I didn't use. Okay, then my chart is just empty, apparently. ZIL. Oh, wait. I think it was ZIL BTC. Sorry. Oh, yeah, it was. Wait, what happened here? Did we get filled? Where the hell did we pull this trade? That had to be ages ago. 30th December. No, really? Oh, shit. It didn't hold the bullish area. Okay, I see. Okay, then retested this, failed, came back down again. Well, I mean, I'm still gonna leave this one open, even though it didn't get hit here. That's unfortunate a little bit. I kind of see why I didn't get hit here, because it went too far up after. I probably made this before this happened, so actually don't even remember this trade was filled or not on the first place, if this trade is even good anymore. Well, this one then definitely, the bullish area then got stopped, and it went out. Okay, so wait, shit. Let me see a little bit. So we now, okay, so we now tested. So, okay, so look at what we did, right? So I'm seeing what we did. So we pumped all the way up and now retested. Okay, so now if we hold this bottom, right? If we hold this bottom, so this is now definitely an area to fill. This is now the area to fill the trade, right? Even though we can move it a little bit under it, yes, like this, and the stop loss underneath it. If this is not going to be filled, our first profit take, our first profit take is then going to be met in this area again, and then something similar probably going to happen here, and then we aim at this one again. But this is almost 100% retracement of this bump. Yeah, 50% drop. So I'm not going to be aiming too hard at this top frame. I'm going to be aiming mostly at these two targets and mostly taking off of it. But let me check ZIL USDT actually, because yeah, the ZIL USDT already made the move. So ZIL, I would stay away from ZIL USDT. This is not a nice structure for me. Something that's not exactly nice to me for me to trade it. So I would actually stick to ZIL BTC. You're right. Stick to ZIL BTC and actually take that one with trade. That's actually a trade that I should be taking this one as well. I mean, this doesn't look too bad. And if BTC doesn't do any drastic, it should work out nicely. But it's still, I'm gonna still leave open this trade down here, right? I'm gonna still open this one and see what kind of happens. Okay, can we look at FTX darlings? FTT. Okay, FTT. Wait, is this? Oops, FTT USDT. I don't think, have we traded that one before, after that one that we had really early this year? In July we did that video for it, right? I don't think we ever did video again for them, even though I do love their indexes. I absolutely love their indexes. I mean, they're definitely one of the first that they made that move, and I'm still I still like to trade them from time to time, you know, for longer trades, safer trades, too, not just longer. Well, this one you gotta be going pretty bullishly right now, man. There's nothing to the left side. It's either holding this or it's not holding anything. So Satoshi, not much to say at this one, to be honest. I happily trade all the index on FTX. Which, yeah, sure. Let me just go through this Satoshi's coins, FTX. So yeah, FTT. So sorry, as I was saying, you definitely gotta be looking at on the top right here, and then a little bit, yeah, something like this, a 10% stop loss, man. And you're most likely, now you're gonna TP where this is gonna stop. If it stops here, that's your TP. If it stops here, that is your TP, right? So what you want to be doing is, after it does this, this is your, because again, you're playing a bullish continuation, even though you know, I'm not sure it's gonna happen because I don't see price action just yet. But if it does happen, this is gonna be how you're playing it, right? If it goes any lower than this, you gotta be flipping over, because I mean, shit, this pumps so much, man. Let me see how much this go up. 500%. No shame, man. No shame. See, this is how you outrun Ethereum right now. 500%. SRM. Okay, SRM. Okay, I traded that one. Yeah, I did. That was because one of my friends asked me for it. He's still stuck in SRM. And he asked me for a graph on it. And you know, he asked me where the price was around here, so that's why I didn't make a video about it, because when I looked at it, the candle was right here. So I was like, shit, man, you either gotta be market smashing right now or it's gone, right? And he market smashed it and actually got a nice reaction from it right then. And then I kind of just said, well, I mean, this is bullish, just continue. And I think I gave him target for like 320, yeah, 320, something like that. That was the target. And because obviously not, you can't just go from here to 320. That would be a bad idea. You got to be looking at these areas, right? And this area that we made, I think that one was like back in October. Jesus Christ. That was actually right here, I think. Yeah. I mean, you can see this area right now, when it came above it, it first failed, but when it came above it the second time, you can see that it perfectly held, and now it's just doing a continuation. And that's the same thing you can be doing right here, right? Right here, you fill it and continuation. But again, you know, you see it's super it's super bullish. Again, you're super bullish. You're filling your trade within the 10% distance, right? So, you know, do not be filling too many trades like this, because we've done like 4 or 5 today that it looks exactly the same to this. And, you know, when they look exactly the same to this, it's not so safe. But again, if you have to ask me, the BNB still looks the best, even though this trade looks very normal. If I zoom in, you know, if I zoom out, you see that you're hitting some of these main area points, right? I mean, this is definitely the mainest area of the chart, so you can have a bigger correction here, right? So that's why on the BNB, you don't have anything to the left. You have a much safer trade than when you have it right here, when you're reacting for such a strong area that can easily push you a little bit lower, you know what I'm saying? And again, back to the area from the trade that we had ages ago, right? So that's the issue when it comes to it. But if you're holding currently, it's still a good hold. It's still a good hold. Okay, this one is just continuing on its path. Wow, Solana really did their job, man. They really did its number. Okay, so reacted from the last resistance up there. That makes sense. So wait, let me just let me pull a couple of lines here, because I'm actually losing my track. It's so beaky, you know. So when you have a chart like this, when it's just, you know, it's so beaky, look how it is, right? What we like to call this, it's noise, you know. There's a lot of noise on the chart, right? So you have to kind of make a couple of lines just to clear up this noise, just to kind of see where the chart really reacted from and how it did in the past. So you can really start seeing, you know, there's one area particularly that could be right now tested. And again, it is going to be a pretty bullish area if you look at it, right? But again, you have an easy stop loss and you have an easy profit take, because you had the profit take. Sorry, you had the area right here up here, which already is, as you can see, a strong resistance point, right? So again, you're gonna be taking a trade on a very bullish hypothesis, right? So they can do a little bit of an area here. And you're going to be pulling it underneath the low, right? Underneath the low as always. And I'm not going to be putting it this wick. I'm going to be putting it actually from the left side of the wick, because that one respected well in the past. So I'm going to be not putting it exactly under the low, but it's going to be a little bit, because I'm going to exclude this wick. I just don't think it's too big for it to have any meanings behind it. So yeah, I mean, 8% stop loss. And again, you can be seeing the profit take. It's going to be 24%. So yeah, pretty good trade because it's 3R. So this one is actually not that bad. But again, you're reacting. It's actually better than the one we looked before, to be honest. It's actually better than SRM. So yeah, definitely you can go for one of these ones. Yeah. Shit, XRP. Yes, XRP indeed, man. XRP. Not the best one. Not the best one. I did some of the chartings again for friends, because I have many friends that are stuck in XRP and they didn't sell when I told them to, because they believe too hard in it. Yep, many friends. But what you can do, you can only give them charts, and some of the charts actually regenerate their losses by taking some of these. But yeah, right now, if I'm honest with you, I mean, I wouldn't be doing much on XRP. I'm not. If you're holding XRP, then yes, right now you gotta hold it. Unfortunately, right now you gotta hold it. Yes, because if I look at it over to a daily, you still manage to close above this. So essentially, you gotta hold it and you're gonna wait for this profit take. You are waiting right now for 43 cents. If you're still holding it, that would be one of the spots where I would be taking a profit take. Would I enter a trade on XRP right now? Most definitely not. Everything has been tested. That was the only level I was willing to enter, and it was, as you can already see, tested. So right now, the only way I would be waiting for this is to break above this, but then you're too close to profit take to take the sensible trade anyways, right? So for me, you know, you got a lot better alts out there. Take the trades on those, and if you're holding XRP, take a profit in 43 cents, right? That's the smartest thing you can possibly do on it, right? Your YouTube numbers are nicely growing. You deserve no less. Although once you grow beyond 100k, I don't think... Well, Jesus, man, I can't even imagine that this channel will grow beyond 100k. I mean, you see, yes, we definitely got above 3k subscribers, which is pretty nice. You know, it does feel a little bit encouraging. But 100k, man, 100k is so far away. I don't even... I mean, I even can't imagine if that would be even possible, to be honest. I don't think that would be... I don't think trading in crypto is that popular for it to be possible. I don't know, because people, as you see, if I was, you know, shilling projects, that would maybe be possible, right? But I'm not really that type of guy. Like, why would I shield projects? I much rather take the safer trades that I can exit at any given time, and I don't have to be locked in projects. That doesn't mean I don't play projects. Of course I do, because because a lot of them are good money makers at the moment. But when I do with them, I really throw them on. So I'm not one of those guys who's gonna say, oh, look at that, I threw 50 grand in a project. That's not gonna happen with me. I usually, if I play projects like 5, right, or a little bit more, 10. But yeah, I really do keep it low on risk, to be honest. You gotta be keeping it safe. Link. So yeah, the next one was about Link. What is the problem? Well, but I mean, what is the problem with XRP? Because that was your previous question. Well, I guess SEC is a pretty big problem for XRP if they got 1.3 billion. I don't think they're gonna pay it, because they're probably most likely gonna defend it on the court. But they got delisted on many exchanges, right, including Coinbase. So yeah, I mean, I can think of that is a major problem for them. So Link. Let's see what Link is. Okay, so we already tested this daily area, which was pretty nice. Let me see. Yeah, so for Link, you don't want to go underneath this. And if you do go underneath this, I would be chasing a trade on Link quite low, to be honest. So yes, this area was in the past. Now I would do another one. A little bit like this. Bam. A red one. And this one, I could say it hasn't been tested. Yeah, it's been a little bit, but it hasn't been at the same time, right? So that would be then the next area I would be testing only. Actually, let me put it a little bit lower, because that's really the spot. That's the spot. Yep, that's the spot right there. So that would be the one I would be chasing. So if it doesn't hold right here, that would be the area that I would be chasing on Link, right? Bam. But if it holds right there, it continues up even higher. So yeah, that would be the two plays. And ignore the green one. I'm gonna just delete that one, because it doesn't make sense anymore. I mean, it's been played out, so it doesn't make sense anymore. It doesn't. We don't have to leave it on, unless if it continues. Okay, well, yeah, shit. I'm actually gonna leave it, because if it continues higher, then the green area still makes sense. So I'm gonna be leaving it there, making one red area, one green area, and that's about it. I happily trade all indexes on FTX. Would you have a look at it? Yes, FTX exchange, of course. Shitperp. Or are you trading shitperps, or are you trading? Now, wait, what is the other one? Alts. Not sure which one you're trading. I'm not sure. But as you can see, a continuation of the trend. Bam, bam, higher. There's nothing else. I'm just gonna say to you one thing: don't sell. Don't sell, right? But yeah, I was mostly trading shitperp. I was trading some. What's it called again? I forgot. Sorry, the DeFi. Yeah. DeFi. But yeah, as you can see, shitperp was a lot. I was trading. It was a little bit more swingy, as you can see perfectly from here. Look at that, man. They really reacted, because you have a lot of shit coins marked to it. But if you're trading altperp, like, that's something you just don't sell right now. That's like when Bitcoin dominance is going down, just hold it. Like, this is just an index that's just gonna grow as long as Bitcoin dominance is going down. And for me, just say you probably got a couple of months. You can probably hold it for another month too, right? Depends on if it's gonna stop on that blue line or not, but most likely you're gonna be holding it for some time now. And I do think it's a beautiful chart, right? You don't really have to think much about it, to be honest. When there are various targets for profit, what is the criteria to determine how much % of the initial investment should be taken out of the first target, and so on? So yeah, so how I usually do it, right? So let's just say you got a bullish trend, right? So you got a trend something like this, right? You do a 50% retracement and you continue with the bullish trend. So what I would mostly do is I would take a profit take on the top of the trend, right? This is the one, because you don't know, sometimes you can reject this trend and go underneath it, retest the bottom, make a little bit of a reaction and go down, right? So, and you don't know if the bullish trend is going to continue. This is why I take profit takes on top of the trends most of the time, right? And crypto is especially notorious for this, right? Crypto is either going to break the trend, or it's going to heavily reject it and just dump like a stone, right? I mean, it's not so clear in normal markets, but in crypto it's really clear, right? So yeah, so you usually take off the profits, right? So right now, I really base my profit takes off the current market stance, right? So I never take profit. I'm not gonna say never take, but I'm almost never to go for same targets like 30%, 30%, 30%, right? I'm usually based off my targets of, let's just say we're on like a heavy bull trend, right? We are right now. I'm mostly going to take 25% as first profit take, right? And then I will just scale slowly out, depends on what the left side is. And if I don't have the left side of the chart, I will most likely follow it with a stop loss with occasional profit takes when I'm gonna be seeing some real wait, I can actually show you. I actually had one here on ALBT. Just took a little bit of a profit take, and this is flip chart, right? Sorry, whoops. Okay, so this flip chart. So there was like, so what you have nothing to the left side, and this is a coin on Uniswap, right? You have nothing to the left side. So when I start seeing an action like this, right? Can I find a pen here? This is chart text tool. It's a really good tool for Uniswap coins, but I'm a little bit okay. So, and yeah, color is good. So when you see it, like I get this top, I get another top, right? So you have like these 3 tops to draw, and then you start losing a level, right? Then you start losing this middle area level right here. You start closing underneath it, and you can see the close is here still very much tight, right? You haven't like made down like really low, right? So when I see something like this, and if you flip this chart, you can see the structure is something like that you would long, to be honest, right? This structure looks like something, if this was done on the way down and it was like a low time frame, you would probably most likely long a structure like this, right? You can really see that if you would long it, why not short it at the same time? So I would actually, when something like this happens on a good uptrend like this coin had, I would most likely sell a couple of coins and just rebuy it lower on, some areas like this, right? And just make a couple of grand on this, I don't know, 5 to 10% or something like that, right? Just some extra money on the way up, right? But yes, of course, because it's taken on long time frames, it can sometimes fuck you over. Obviously, it can fuck you over good as well, right? I mean, because these coins that are low in market cap, if they drop good news, it's just gonna do something like it's just gonna completely ignore this and just gonna moon forward, right? And that's how they do. That's how they actually manage. And that's actually a good. It's one of the examples how I could show you the profit takes that I usually do, right? When I'm out of the trend, or should I say that I have nothing to the left side. But yes, mostly during the heavy bulls, I'm doing 25%. Then I do something like a 50% on the secondary profit take, because secondary profit take is usually the profit take right now at the mainest areas. And those mainest areas, they tend to reject so many times the crypto, right? They tend to reject so many times the crypto. So even though I mostly don't short them, because of the liquidity and all that, I do take heavily profit takes on, and sometimes I would even take more than 50%. I would take like 60 or 70. In videos, I mostly say that I mostly close the trades, right? But I do lack kind of a thing that I always leave like and this is not in most cases. I should be doing this actually a lot more. That I'm leaving 10% for just a runner, and that's something I should be doing a lot more, to be honest, because all of these coins, there always are coins that I think, okay, this one is gonna pump 50%, and then the coin suddenly pumps 200%, right? Like, this is something you don't see in normal markets, and I'm still not adjusted to it, to be honest, when it comes to crypto. I've been crypto so long, and still this shit, like 200% pump, still surprises me, while it's normal for everybody else, all right? So I'm gonna give you advice to say, if you have like, leave 10% just for runners, right? Just leave 10% for runners, and if something like this happens, you sell it off and you have some extra profit, and you're still not gonna have that pain of, oh shit, I just missed 200% pump because I TP'd at 50%, right? But yeah, I mean, obviously you're not gonna have your maximum position, or should I say your full position, but it's still gonna be better than having nothing at all, right? And also, that's one thing, if you're gonna play short safe like I do, you're most likely gonna be TPing stuff a little bit quicker, so you're gonna be missing the biggest moves. But again, you're not gonna be losing a lot of money when the trend is gonna be counter. And the trend, trust me, when it's gonna be counter, a lot of these people who risk a really large amount of money right now are gonna be heavily wrecked. I've held BTC for a few years now, but I'm considering trading in order to make more profits. So I'm new, I don't have much, I'm from Venezuela and things are rough, so I'm scared of losing. Oh shit, no. Those are all of that what you just said to me, no, that just screams no. Do not trade Bitcoin. You will lose your money. I guarantee it. You will lose your money. And even though, you know, we kind of are helping, you know, some of the traders out there. The thing is, you don't start trading with your main account. That's not how you do it. Like if you start trading, your first couple of trades or like your first beginnings of trading is going into like Bitcoin and just trading with your main account. You're like, I can guarantee you're gonna lose it like more than 80% of chance. So what I usually tell to new traders, you know, go on exchange and do like $100 account or do it like a $200 account, right? And you know, you just trade it and you practice that 1% risk or 2% risk because the account is so low, right? And you will most cases see that even though you're gonna be practicing a 1 to 2% risk, you're gonna have some bad habits that are deep inside of you. You're gonna have some bad habits that, let's just say a trade will go against you and you will get tilted, right? What you like to say, you would get mad. And then you will, on the next trade, you will then risk $20 to $30. And then you will find out, oh shit, now my $200 account is gone. And that doesn't matter. It doesn't matter if you have a 100K account or you have had $200 account. The same thing is gonna happen, right? If you do that, you're gonna get wrecked, right? And firstly, you gotta go on exchange. You gotta learn how everything works to begin with, right? Because that's a challenge on its own. You gotta know what stop losses are, how to use them, where to place them, what structures are. Like, are you gonna use indicators? You're gonna use price action. First, have to learn everything. Then you have to start battling with yourself. And that's the hardest battle you were able to take. So you gotta start battling with your emotions, you gotta start battling with your sleep schedule, whatever, right? Your consistency. Like if you're like addictive person, if you have a lot of stuff that you're addicted to in real life, like cigarettes, coffee, everything, you're gonna have tough luck in trading, right? Because, you know, that's a really good training is one way. Like if you have addictions in real life, if you try to cut those addictions, let's just see how you pair against them, right? If you can cut them easily and you can actually withstand without them, then you have a good mindset, right? And you have a strong iron will mindset, and that iron will mindset helps you a lot, right? So yeah, like do not trade your Bitcoin. Like, okay, right? I mean, do not trade your Bitcoin. Like the situation you just explained to me is already destined to fail you, right? So if you're in a tough financial position and you're from Venezuela, where yeah, I know financial position right now are not really good. The country's financial position. Do not gamble like that. Do not gamble that at all, man. Just take it slow, practice, learn from internet, you know, and just start on your path, and you will see later on you will do much better than if you do something stupid right now. Yeah, Satoshi, thanks to you too, man, for being here on every live stream and just, you know, watching me. So yeah, it's the same thanks goes to you as well, man. I'm learning a lot with your explanation. Thank you. Yes, I do hope you are, man. And it's really right. Like, I'm not trying to put you down or anything, you know, because I do want people to go on the same training path that I had, but do not do this with your main account. I really do implore you, man. If you're in tough financial positions, it's not gonna, but like, the thing is, when you need it the most, it fails you. That's the problem. When you need money the less, you're gonna make shit ton of it. But when you need money, like, oh shit, you're gonna be like, oh, if I'm not gonna make this trade, I can't pay this bill next week. You're gonna fail it. Trust me. That's just how it works, right? So yeah, the classic David. I saw all perp. Yep. So definitely keep on holding that one. That one is pretty good, man. Can you look at Zcash? Sure thing, man. Wait, what is Robert? Damn, I'm late today. You guys talk about Tetherfot? Oh yeah, man, Tetherfot is absolutely everything. I mean everywhere, sorry, not everything. Wait, is Zcash or Z? Wait, Zcash? Zach, yeah, that's Zach. Oh, look at that. We had some. Yeah, I mean, Tether. I've seen a lot of Tetherfot, you know, and I actually was talking to one guy who's really connected in crypto and everything, and he even said to me, man, like, do not be keeping your cash in Tether. Like, sooner or later it's gonna happen. Like, sooner or later, because they did fuck up and they know they did fuck up, and when they come after them, it's sooner or later going to happen. And I'm not sure, you know, like, I'm not sure how much credibility. I mean, this guy is pretty good, but let's just say I'm not sure how much of credibility that something like that has. I'm even not sure what kind of punch crypto would have taken if that happened, right? I mean, the punch would probably be pretty big. I'm even afraid of thinking about it, because something like this could literally crash crypto like Gox did back in the day. You know, USDT is like the main source for this shit right now, right? And it is slowly dying down because of the FOD, probably. But you know, I still don't know. I mean, so far, like, yes, I started to convert some of my USDT into USDC, but I'm still pissed with USDC because most of the contracts, the alt contracts, are tied to USDT. So I have nothing else but to do right now but to be in USDT, right, when I'm trading alt. So I don't have a secondary solution to that just yet. Okay, so Zach, Jesus Christ, definitely pumped good, right? I mean, one of those coins now that just probably moved like what, 120%. So yeah, that's definitely still, like I said, pumps like this still definitely surprise me, right? And sadly is, you know, you already tested the goddamn bullish area and you're continuing from it. So right now we can't aim for that one again. And what can I do? The only thing I can possibly recommend you this again is to go hunt a very bullish area, which is again one of those trades. I do not want to do more of them, but but the problem right now is, like, look at how many charts are either gonna be hitting this area or they're gonna be hitting like something super below, right? There's really no midpoints because everything in midpoint has been tested, right? And you can't take it on high time frames. You can only take it on low time frames when they come down and they actually do something there, right? But you can see this is quite of a problem, right? So again, if I do one of these trades, it's again gonna look like, you know, again going to be a couple of percentage of stop loss, and again going to be super risky, right? And this one is not even that clear, right? Because right now I would firstly probably want to see for this to break. And let me see if there's anything to the left side. Nope, absolutely all the time high. Yep, I would want to see something for this like break, and then we're going to be taking it on the way pull back down on the retest of this area. Now I'm not sure how deep is it gonna break, if it's gonna break, obviously. I don't know how deep it's gonna break, but if it's gonna break deep, then yes, obviously this buy area will move up with it, right? So wait, actually Zach BTC maybe makes a little bit more sense. Oh my gosh, this went so deep. Holy smokes, this went deep, man. But it is one good thing. You did, again, you hold this, you're gonna go higher. You're gonna be tagging this. So same shit. Same shit actually, but this one, you could say that it hasn't been tested, you know? This one, maybe. This one is actually more fillable than USDT one actually, yeah. So you can maybe say it's been tested, right? But it looks a little bit better, right? Just a little bit. So yeah, I'm gonna say this one is actually better, right? So yeah, I mean, Robert, like, there's definitely a lot of USDT shit, FOD. And I guess the FOD is maybe true. So, you know, what can we do at the moment, right? We can only use USDC, right? But like I said, a lot of these alts are not tied to USDC, so you have issues when it comes to that, right? Okay, thank you. I'll take more calm. I won't use the main account. I'll keep on learning and try small account for practice. Like you said, I'm looking forward to more. Yeah, okay, so exactly, this is exactly what you need to do, man. Yes, keep it calm, man. Definitely keep it calm. And, you know, once you get basics down, the problem is, I'm gonna tell you, right? This is how not gonna say every trader, but most of the traders' paths look like, right? Let's just say this is a graph, right? And it's basically like this. There's a this graph actually has a name, but I forgot. It's somebody like right. So let's just say this is so this is your star, right? This is your star, and then you start learning basics. And at the beginning, it really goes fast, right? And then you're hitting this level, and you're thinking like, oh shit, look, I'm a god. You know, I'm a god of trading. Look, this is easy. I'm gonna make this in a year, right? It's like even less than a year. I'm gonna be super good, right? And then you hit that plateau, right? And then you start going down, right? And then you start going down, and then it's like, and now you start losing some of that confidence, right? You start losing some of this confidence. Then you think like, holy shit, I will never get this. This trading is so hard, man. I'm saying like, and then you're gonna be hitting those levels, which can happen even after 2 years, and you're gonna be like, holy shit, man, I don't even have any idea what I'm doing, right? And, you know, this is when you start becoming humble, because this is where you start becoming humble. This is the way where you start making money, right? So if you start here right now, the path is long, right? And in between, you're going to feel like God. But when this is, and you will think that you're making money, but then life will hit you hard on the way down, because it always happens like this. But then when you start getting humble and you're thinking like, oh, I need to learn myself every day, I need to be better, I need to be blah blah blah, this is when you'll start making money, right? This is when I watch most of these YouTubers, like, you know, that make these videos that they make insane amounts of money. They're most likely here, you know, or here, or even here, right? They're not the ones who make that real money, because, you know, as a trader, you will learn to be humble, because if you're not humble, the training hits you back, right? Because when you cocky the most, you start pushing trades and you start making them where you should be making them, and you're not how to say, you're not patient, and this is when it fucks you over, right? It fucks you over, and this is when you take the most damage. So you know, if you're not humble, or if the life doesn't humble you down, you know, you're most likely not gonna make the biggest money, right? So yeah. BNB of Briori dead, I think. But yeah, BNB, I kind of said I'm gonna run you through over, because shit, this stream has been going on for 85 minutes, holy crap. So BNB, we said, you know, the areas around here, it's really bullish area, and it's dangerous because, you know, we are over the top. But this is actually the trend continuation area, right? And I'm not sure if we said this, but also if it wicks all the way down here, this is also gonna be the one that we're gonna be taking, right? But so far, right now, it has to continue from here. But if it wicks all the way down here, this would be a little bit safer one that we would be taking. I'm not sure if we actually mentioned that one. No one's seen it. But yeah, okay. So this is basically the plan for BNB. So sell... Wait, what? Sell USD? Oh, Celsius. Oh yeah, I remember that one. What the shit is that? Another... What? This went from 3 cents? 3 cents? My god. 12.5k pound. Damn, from 3 cents? What the hell were they selling? Were they selling gold bars? Look at that, man. It's literally went from 3 cents, 4 cents, all the way to up there. That is absolutely crazy. And this started happening in 2019. Man, they started their bull run a year early. That's insane. Wait, what did they do during March? They do during March? Did it dump? That was March. Wait, that was March? That was March. Oh yeah, so they took a huge dump. So they went from like 15 cents down to 4 cents, back down to 4 cents in March. Damn, man, it just started on this. Well, that's insane, man. That's insane run. I don't even know what to say. Even though when I look at chart like this, it just looks weird as shit. Oh, this is hit BTC chart. Oh, now I get it. Sell. And I guess FTX, no, that looks horrible. I don't even know where to look at this chart, man. I don't even know. Wait, is this a stock chart? Am I fucking this up, man? Is this a stock chart? Are we talking about something like this? Cellcom, Israel? Gotta give me more information there, Robert. You guys can hedge USDT exposure via USD futures on FTX. For instance, they have USDT, USD perp, and USDT. Oh shit, I did not know that. But wait, how would you... So what you were saying is that we would short the same amount of USDT that we are currently holding, but that... Or how would you actually hedge that position? Because, like, let's just say USDT is 1, right? $1 per USD, right? So 1 USDT is 1 USD. So what you're saying is you would go on FTX and you would short for the same amount of money. You can cash and carry. Yeah, but how would you hedge it? That's what I'm... So, I mean, because the only way I'm seeing this, you would hedge it. Because I'm not seeing this. If this is going to be a massive amount of FOD, let's just say on USDT, there's hits them with, I don't know, SEC or some shit, right? Yeah, they're hitting, like, what I'm thinking is what's going to happen, USDT is just going to go from 1 to 0. I don't know. Like, if they close them down, USDT is probably worthless, right? I'm just not sure how... I'm not sure how that would work. So that's why I'm thinking, like, how would you hedge that shit? Okay. Classic. Well, Alex, I'm very happy I managed to find you a new... Oh, well, thank you. Thank you for the compliments, man. I do try my best, you know, to bring some value. Yep, definitely. some, you know, not Lambo value, but just some value, right? Sell is crypto. So I get that sell is crypto, right? But like there's nothing. Like, I mean, are you telling me that they have like they have like only hit BTC, or? Because for some reason I think that I saw this sticker on Binance, but I might be possibly wrong. I'm not sure. Sell. Celsius. Celsius has issued a statement indicating that it's not affiliated with Bilex Exchange. Oh. Okay. Oh, they're on Liquid Exchange. Okay, that's a nice exchange, yeah. So I guess the most... Okay, so the most volume comes from Uniswap. Okay, so I guess... Let me see if they're on Chartex actually. Yeah, so it's the same shit, right? Yeah, so it's the same shit as Heat BTC. Just the chart looks a little bit less weird. Chart looks a little bit less weird to begin with. Oh fuck. So yeah, I mean, you've definitely pumped so much. Jesus Christ, you got nothing to the left side. So okay, so you definitely started failing underneath this structure right here. So this was the one you wanted, and then you retested from the bottom. So now if you lose this, I would be aiming for something like here. Yep, that would be something like this I would be aiming for this to be taking the next trade. And this is actually looks like it lost its bullish trend, so I do think it's actually gonna be hitting this down here. Wait, how much is the market cap? 1.1 billion dollars. It can actually happen, you know. I'm not gonna lie, it can actually happen. It can actually hit $3.8 that I would be looking for, you know, that's gonna be taken in. So I get it. So that would be kind of just, that's actually very viable for it to happen. They will probably centralize the stable coin. Okay, yeah, I know the YGX. Yeah, you told me that the last time. I think it was down in the comments, right? You said that they're affiliate, and that's why the box pumps so much, right? So yeah, I mean, this definitely still can do chart from this. I mean, this just happened too fast, and look at how it still looks like, right? Still looks like pretty much shit, this chart. So I don't know. I mean, for the Celsius, it's pretty obvious, right? If Celsius is gonna probably end up down here, I'm pretty sure it's most likely going to go here. But from this one, it is. But when it comes to wait, so if I do YGX, it's gonna find the same thing, or it's actually not gonna find the same thing. But yeah, box for no box. Like I said, I know for this one. And if I look at this chart like this, you know, you obviously see that you need to hold this for right now because you've created this, right? But I just do not feel safe taking a trade like this because you have retested nothing to the bottom. You're just super bullish and you just continue going for continuation, right? The problem is this, when something crashes, these charts go down really fast, right? Especially on daily, right? These charts go down really fast and they retest this, and you can see that this stuff, you know, can drop 50% easily, man. This chart can easily drop 50%. So this is the problem, right? Because even though they have a really good product and everything, and they're growing, right? You gotta imagine that crypto is not all about technology. It's all about keeping that interest, and you know, people move a lot faster on new projects than they do in every other business, right? So you just gotta be thinking it's not always about technology and, you know, all that. It's more about the hype, right? And the hype can sometimes take a big shake to it as well, right? Just because everything is based on hype and nothing that actually makes the value from it, right? So yeah, okay, so I mean, the stream has been going on for 1.5 hours, guys. I mean, so I'm definitely gonna be closing it down here. I mean, we did a lot of analysis. I was kind of catching up today, not gonna lie. Like I said, right, past 2 weeks I wasn't focusing a lot on markets. I was just taking it pretty chill. Mostly sleeping entire days and just trying to get better. So yeah, definitely do not take COVID as a joke, because I've definitely learned my lesson. Even though I was pretty careful, but then, you know, I got it from my family during the Christmas times, as most of the people did, right? Or I sure said through New Year's time. So yeah, I mean, I got infected pretty late, to be honest. So anyways, yeah, definitely it's not a joke. Keep healthy, guys. You know, keep washing your hands and all that stuff, so you don't get it. I definitely don't recommend it. And yeah, I guess we will be seeing each other in the next one, right, Arnaud? You got something to add to that, Arnaud? So Arnaud is probably already asleep. See, the stream was too long, guys. The stream was too long. So yeah, thank you for watching, guys. Next time, same time next week on 26. Yeah, so it's gonna be 26 at 4 p.m. UTC. So same time next then, and see you guys